since it is such a lovely day out. I have been outside for hours and I want to show you some of the progress that I made. I had a few things that I definitely wanted to get done, and I'm also going to show you what I did about a week ago and what I got done then as well on one of our beautiful sunny days. So this is the little polytunnel that I just purchased, and this has potatoes under it. So this polytunnel is basically for planting a little early because we do still have frost. But my main reason right now is just to keep the chickens from digging everything up that I'm planting. So that is my main goal right now. My plan is to keep them out this year. Last year I did have them in their run. They couldn't get out of there and I didn't want them in my garden. So this year we're going to try something a little bit different because I don't want to feed them grain all the time. I want them out. I want them free ranging, eating bugs and doing what chickens normally do. So I'm going to share my garden with them this year. So we're going to see how that works for me. So here I'm still working on cleanup, but if you see this cloth, this is actually frost cloth that I've had for many years and it's probably about to be done. I planted onions in this row right here. I'm trying some rotational crops. So this is onions, red onions to be exact. And the reason the cloth is over them is, you guessed it, because of the chickens. So I don't want them digging all of that up. And they'll get in that new dirt that I have turned up and they will be searching for bugs. They've already done it in some of the other rows and I didn't want them doing that. So hopefully that stays down and they don't eat all my onion sets that I just planted. So here is one of the beds that I planted a week ago. This has spinach and some lettuce and some arugula and nothing is sprouting yet. So hopefully my seed is still good. Here is all the kohlrabi and some cabbage in the back there. And I planted kohlrabi last year and it did really, really well. I planted it early just like this. And I was really surprised at how well it did. I have a video on when I planted kohlrabi last year for the very first time. And it did so well and it was really good. Kind of cabbagey, broccoli-ish. They're super cute, actually kind of weird looking. But I just shredded them up and made like a slaw out of them. Really, really good. This is another one that I just planted. This is all, what is this? This is carrots and beets. So I did a row of carrots and then a row of beets and I alternated all the way down here. Now this one actually has wild yarrow in the middle of it that I planted last year and it is doing really well. And then a rutabaga is what is planted in this one. This is a small net that I just finished today actually. And then in this bed, actually I don't remember what I planted. Oh, radishes are in this one and garlic chives are in this one. Again, these are on here, which can't stay on here, but they're keeping the chickens out of that because they will get in there and they will just dig everything up that I planted. So I don't want the chickens destroying all my work, but I do want them out. So I'm kind of having to cover stuff up. I have some more PVC that I've had for years that I need to make some more nets, just like these that I have over all of my beds here that I've planted. I fixed one of them that I put over the carrots that I just planted, and I have a small one now that I just finished today that I put over one of the smaller beds. So I need like 2 more of the smaller ones and 5 more of the regular size ones. So this one I just planted, might be able to tell it's wet. I just planted some regular carrots and actually let's see, what are those? Chantenay red core. And then I planted some black carrots, black nebula. I just thought that was kind of cool, so planted those. I've not really done well with carrots before, so we'll see how this works. And that's why I'm planting them early because I really would like to have some carrots this year. But I don't know. We'll see how it works out. I just haven't ever had good luck with carrots. So I'm hoping planting earlier will help me out a little bit. So this is the asparagus bed. Now you can tell the chickens have been in here. I'm hoping the asparagus is going to come up. I think there is about 18 plants in here. This usually gets really big and bushy. I moved this trellis from, it was on this side over here and connected these 2 beds, so I moved it over here because I'm trying the rotational growing, and so I'm moving the cucumbers this year. And then this one you can tell they've been into as well, and I think the cats get in this one. This one has my horseradish, which I'm hoping comes back because right here you can see it. I'm hoping. It looks like it's still green, so that's good. But I probably need to get something over the top of it, or they're probably going to eat the green as soon as it comes up, because yeah, they're eating my burdock leaves that I have over here. So I don't know about this whole sharing the garden thing. So I have burdock, and evidently it's really good because there was quite a few leaves there, and actually this was really quite a few leaves, and they just demolished this. So obviously I need to put something over the top of these and so they can grow. Yeah, so I guess I'm just gonna have to, maybe I don't have to share everything with the chickens. I'm going to have to put something over the top of those. I think I have 3 areas where I planted this burdock. Might not have been the best place to put it at the end of these rows, but we'll see. It's supposed to get really big is what I've been reading, and I read that after I planted it. Figures. So I'm hoping that I didn't make a mistake by planting it there, because I might have made a mistake planting this here. This is actually comfrey, and a friend of mine told me that it will go crazy. It went crazy last year, so hopefully it doesn't go too crazy. But I don't know that the chickens like it so much, because this is actually coming up quite a bit. So I have 1 whole row, raised row planted. I have a partial with potatoes, and I have 1, 2, 3, and 3/4 rows, I think, ready to plant. This first one where Simba's sitting is going to be beets, and then I think 1 is going to be garlic, and the other one might be more carrots, onions, and then back there with the potatoes. On this end down here, I'm going to plant some corn, I think. My plan is, though, I took this green fence back over here. It did come around here and connect over to these pallets. I'm actually going to take it down because my pallet fence, if you can see it back there behind the raised beds, I'm going to continue that on down here, and it's going to wrap around to the far side of the coop, and then I will have this whole garden fenced in. The chickens will be in here, their door will open up into here, and hopefully that will not be a mistake. Hopefully I can share the garden with the chickens. I'm just going to have to kind of, you know, put barriers, I guess, and stuff over stuff to keep the chickens out if I don't want them in it. But other than that, that is my update right now. I love this weather. I love that I'm getting to show you gardening stuff. I'm going to actually go inside and cut up some avocados that I found in the bulk bin at Kroger, and I'm going to freeze dry those. Pretty excited about freeze drying avocados. But yeah, I'm going to go in. My chicken door is working great. I love it, and they're loving it, and they're out everywhere eating, doing what they're supposed to be doing, and that is what I really want them to do. But I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna clean up, I've got that to do, and I've got all those herbs that I got, I've got to put them in jars so I can see them and start making some teas. Alright, got all my stuff put away. I'm gonna take my seed packets in that I emptied out, and I'm gonna write down and mark what I planted, when I planted it, how many days it is, which actually I've got to get on this website for Rare Seeds, Baker Creek Heirloom Seeds, and write down how many days. And I'm gonna try, because I've got written down my beets and carrots, and what I planted together was like about 55 days, so I can plant something else in that bed in about mid-May. So we're gonna see how that works out for me. I'm gonna try to get a good plan going and stick to it. I don't know, we'll see. I was just kind of glanced over here at the temperature, and the high today was like 86, and right now it's 83 degrees in here. So I think it's been a really good day. But like I said, I'm headed in. Hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you're planting stuff and enjoying some warm weather where you're at. And as always, don't forget to be lovely lights today.